What's up guys, Alpha Predator King Bradley here and welcome to my World Championship series. In today's episode we will examine my 4 matches against Ophius 79, which I made 15 minutes ago, or about so. And some of you may notice that this is not my first match. This is the second one. Because the first match I was not at home, so I couldn't record it. So also I will record only the replay because I don't want to share my deck actually, because this is Worlds and I want to keep my list secret. So let's jump in the first match. The first match was Moonstalker versus Zaladar. So let's see. Okay, in this match he starts. First of all, I noticed that his deck has 52 cards. So maybe he's Moonstalker variant. So I was pretty scared because my deck doesn't deal so well against Moonstalker, but it is not so bad at all. Like Guard, for example, which I played in the second episode. So I play the Antimatter, he plays Bad Santa, so it is actually a Moonstalker for me at this point. I just want to put as much damage as possible, ability damage as possible, to keep him low health and then deal the finishing blow. Okay. So I want to go as much damage as possible, play the Kragon. Damage with Deathmage Stadius. Ability to my Deathmage Stadius, so I can maximize the damage output and attack. So here comes the damage. Okay, this was a pretty good start. Okay, I could have Ironed Courage the second turn, but it's not so much important for me. Then I didn't understand this move. He stealthed at turn 4 with 4 Shadow Energy. That's not how Moonstalker usually plays. Maybe he wants to begin stealthing when he has 7 or 8 Shadow Energy, while he can chain his stealth about 3 times, yes, 2 or 3 times, if he doesn't have the Shadow Font. Okay, then he plays the Shadow Font because he wants to maximize his stealth when I'll come with my offensive. So here I deal as much damage as possible. That's what I do. Attack. Maybe I play something. Okay, Energy Extraction, because in the hand I have another Deathmage Stadius, so I want to maximize the damage and take advantage of the other Deathmage. Because this one, the old one, will die soon for the Evil Ascendant. Okay, he captured prey because that mage is a threat and he plays Big Teeth. So for now, I think this is a common Moonstalker matchup, but I'm doing pretty fine, so I'm not scared at all. I play Rapacious Vermin on his Lone Wolf, so he won't recover, and draw. Okay, discard. I discarded the Soul Reaper because I didn't think I could lose by physical damage or by damage at all. But then, if I remember well, he plays Speed Strike, which is kind of likely for a Moonstalker deck. And then I realized that this is a hybrid variant, a Moonstalker that seems like a Darkclaw deck, actually. He relied on stealthing and attacking with the weapon, even though it is not so efficient as Darkclaw, because Darkclaw can deal about 6 damage per turn. Okay, I mimic the Energy Extraction, I take advantage of my Deathmage Stadius. If I remember well, I also chained power, hero power. Yes, I do that. So he actually has 13 with I guess no draw engine, and I have my hero power up. And if I remember well, at this point of game, I was pretty confident because I had a soulbound armor with the mimic. So here's come his offensive. And it's pretty scary because actually the Lythian sledgehammer can't be destroyed, so I have to kill him quickly. I try to draw, okay. I try, if I remember well, to put as many creatures as possible in the graveyard. Oh no, this time I just sack the main control. Okay, just goes full moon and attacks me to take me down. At this point I can't damage him. Okay, I play the Rapture Sermon on the full moon and take advantage of this turn to deal as much damage as possible with the physical damage, because I'll never do this in the entire match. I mean, he has 9 shadow energy, so he will stealth forever, or long enough to kill me, because I'm also taking 1 damage from Rapacious Vermin every turn. Okay, he proceeded to stealth sledgehammer, and at this point I was pretty scared because I didn't expect him to close so quickly. And also I discarded a Soul Reaper, but I'm pretty confident because in my deck I hold a couple of Soul Reaper and I also have Mimich, so that was not the problem. My problem was how to kill him fast enough to neutralize his offensive. So at this point I just casted my second Soul Reaper and brought him to 5. So at this point it's like he has only 2 life points, because I can do my hero power next turn. Okay, pretty strange. Pretty strange deck, in my opinion. Okay, now, if I remember correctly, I have the energy extraction plus hero power is 5 damage. And I get this match. Okay, Infernal Gargoyle. I want to extract the Gargoyle. Okay, so pretty strange match, because I didn't expect him to deal physical damage with weapons. So let's jump to the second match, which is kind of interesting. Okay, in this match I start, if I remember well, and I was pretty confident with this before the beginning of the match, because when I start I can just rush my enemy before he sets up, so I can deal a lot of damage. But I kinda had a slow hand without Iron Karash or 3 drops, if I remember well, and then it deals Shrek of Vengeance. I did not have any other draw engine up my sleeve, so I just screwed up of cards. Tried to deal as much damage as possible, like the first match, but Rampant Craig on the third turn is not so efficient. He plays an Iron Mine. At this point I was pretty scared because I had 3 cards, if I remember well, were a couple of Soulbound Armor, which is kinda important, because when you have the board, an empty board, you can just cast the Soulbound Armor, because you want stealth to preserve visibility, attack, and then energy extraction for 9 damage, which is a lot. 9 damage is just 1/3 of his life. So at this point I was pretty scared because I did have nothing in my hand. Okay, I draw a Frostblood Cultist and try to dig as much as possible. Also discarding a Mimich, which is kind of important in this deck. Okay, plays Shadowfont. Okay, at this point I just try to take advantage of the fact that he didn't play any Evil Ascendant. So like if he doesn't play Crescendo or something like that, he can't just stealth forever. Okay, so this at this point he plays the Evil Ascendant. I hope that he could play another item, so I could just get rid of that Evil Ascendant. So he plays the Lightning Sledgehammer, which actually can't kill the Iron Carnage, which was perfect for me. And at this point, I just, if I remember well, this turn, I just cast Rapacious Vermin on the Evil Ascendant to keep my critters on the board, because I realized that I can't kill him with ability damage. I just can't do this because he will rush me with the Lightning Sledgehammers, and this is kind of scary for me. It's not that common to be rushed with Sledgehammer by Moonstalkers, but that's it. Okay, now in my hand I have pretty much nothing, so I just screw up and keep my critters on the board. Also the Rapacious Vermin deals 1 damage per turn. Okay, I Mimic at this point because I realize that I have no cards. Is Blood Moon, and hope to draw a safe draw engine like another antimatter or something like that. Okay, just keep stealthing, which in my opinion doesn't need at this point because he is full, so he only takes 3 damage a turn because of the Lone Wolf. So he's not taking advantage at all from his Lone Wolf. Maybe he doesn't want me to destroy his weapon. Maybe that's why he didn't. He did stealth. Sorry. Okay, at this point I just, if I remember well, at this point I played another Rapacious Vermin. Okay, on his full moon to do some damage because I was pretty far on the match. He was full with a Lone Wolf, but I noticed that he had no many cards in hand or any reliable draw, so I just went for it. Try to dish some damage before he rushes me. The other problem is that he heals through every turn and I lose through every turn because I threw Rapacious Vermin. So that was kind of a problem for me, because without antimatter I had no creatures in my graveyard, so I couldn't heal for nothing. Okay, and was not effective, so I just put the antimatter, dish some damage with my hero power, discard. If I remember, I discarded an ally because I was pretty much scared. Okay, no, I didn't play my Soul Reaper. If I remember well, I did not have that in my hand. I was digging for that. So at this point, I go really low. Another couple of turns, I'm dead. So what I'm trying to do is to discard as many creatures as possible and try to survive to his weapon assault. Because after this turn, I'll get 1. So he actually wins. And I had to antimatter and Soul Reaper at this point. Try to discard as many cards as possible, as many creatures as possible, and energy extract. If I remember well, on the Rapacious Vermin, not for the damage of course, but because he deals. I lessen the damage I take every turn and maximize the heal from the Soul Reaper and dish damage with my hero power. So when ideally his stealth hands, I can just win because I have many creatures on the board. If he doesn't drop Evil Ascendant, so he just stealths and try to attack me to finish me off. So but at this point I had, if I remember well, Soulbound Armor to defend me from his assault. But I feared I didn't play before. I had the I had that card before in my hand, but I feared the Leyline Nexus, which was not unlikely because I saw a first turn Shack of Vengeance, so it could be a possibility, and I was just scared. So at this point I just drop all my cards and hope he doesn't have another way to stealth or something like that. But at this point he has only 2 Shadow Energy, played, if I remember well, 3 Shalafant, and they can seal the match with Soulbound Armor and a Krygon. So, and dish damage for little. This was a pretty scary match because I thought I could lose easy from his weapons and Rampage's Vermin damage, but the move I made 3 or 4 turns ago just saved my life. I just digged for a Soul Reaper. I got it and just sealed the match with that. Soul Reaper is so strong. I win 2 match with that. It just saved my life. Okay, so this is the end for the episode 1. In the next video we'll featuring the next 2 matches again of Fuse 79. Stay tuned.